the hidden homeless, they say, is around 690,000.
690,000.
And that's people who are living in a shed, living on someone's sofa. That's 690,000.
Kook.
Yeah.
Basically, your own people totally left alone. Not priority number one.
Yeah.
They're making billions out of this.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. The rental market is absolutely destroyed. We can't trust anybody around us because they're not being vetted. End of story. God knows what they've done, who they've done it to. That's not talked about.
Home the Irish first. Forget the fucking rest of the world.
Ireland 2026, a country that spent 800 years fighting to exist, is now being transformed faster than at any point in its own history. Not by force, not by conquest, but by decisions made in quiet offices far away from the ordinary Irish people. This island survived colonisation, famine, cultural erasure, and mass emigration. Our own language was nearly completely wiped out. Our identity was nearly broken. And yet Ireland endured, because the people before us believed that a nation is more than just an economy. It's a people, a culture, and a shared responsibility to the generations who came before and after us. Today, that very inheritance is being gambled away. Ireland is experiencing uncontrolled illegal migration on a scale that it has never known, while housing collapses, services buckle, and working Irish families are told to stay silent or be labelled as heartless racists. What's driving this isn't compassion, it's suicidal empathy, a moral panic where asking basic questions is treated as cruelty, and where Irish people are shamed for wanting borders, laws, a homeland, and a future that actually includes them in it. This isn't about hating anyone, it's about loving Ireland enough to tell the truth. Because a country that forgets who it is doesn't stay a country for long. And in this video, we're going to show you exactly what's happening and why so many Irish people feel like strangers in their own land.
Right, everybody, welcome to the streets of Dublin, Ireland. This is my hometown. This is where I grew up. Spent the majority of my life here on the streets of Dublin. I know it very well. I know the streets like the back of my hand. But today we're with a very, very good new friend of ours. You probably know him because a lot of you watch his videos as well as ours, especially since we started covering a lot of the issues here in Europe. This is Tom.
Hello, guys.
This guy is an absolute legend.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Dublin, brother.
You're all legends as well.
So today we're going to be on the streets with Tom. We're going to see what's going on. He came over here. You came here from the Netherlands, right?
From Amsterdam.
Yes. Netherlands is in a very similar situation. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've seen so far on the streets of Europe? Because I know a lot of these guys have probably watched your videos, but give us a rundown of what you think the current image of Europe looks like.
Craziness. It's I visited, same as you, multiple European cities, and time after time I'm shocked by the fact that it's hard to find any local people anymore, and it has nothing to do with being racist or being fascist. I think it's a good thing to preserve your own culture, and I think most of the European, mostly Western European countries don't do that anymore. They don't give a shit. So you see drug dealers, you see drug addicts, you see it's total madness.
Yeah.
I think this bullshit has to stop.
Yeah, and you've only been on the streets of Dublin now for like maybe 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah.
And what do you think so far? Just first impressions, what do you think?
First impression is that, let's say it in a nice way, it's diverse. It's diverse. Let's put it like this. And it's just my first 5 to 10 minutes.
All right, bro. Good.
So I cannot make a proper judgment yet, but it is promising.
Today we're going to show you some of what's going on, and you're going to find out pretty quick that it's hard to find native Irish people. You're going to struggle to hear English being spoken, and yeah, you're going to feel right at home here, bro.
It's crazy. Just like any other trip.
Right, you guys, I don't know if you can see all of this, but this is the queue for the prayer time in Talbot Street. Right directly there is the mosque here, as you can see it. And then directly beside it, here on the left actually, you can see local Dublin homeless people who very visibly are struggling and a little bit down on their luck, I want to say. And looking into the door, the stairs are entirely full of people, and it's all young man. I've been actually standing here for a while now, trying to see if there's any, women around here, or kids or anything like that. So I've been kind of standing here and waiting to see not a single one, not a single woman that actually went into the mosque, not a single child. I don't know, usually mosques have an extra entrance for women or something like that, but they didn't even walk past. The queue is actually getting longer and longer and longer, and there's more people joining this queue as well right now as we speak. So when we arrived, this was sort of maybe 5 to 10 meters long, and now it's going and going and going. We have now reached maybe 200 meters, I want to say, and I assume it will go down all the way probably to the giant Harry needle.
So we just saw probably maybe 1,000 people queuing outside a mosque on the streets of Dublin, brother.
I think more.
Yeah?
I think more. Yeah.
It was ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I think the most ridiculous part is that I only saw young men between the age of 20, 30, maybe 35. I didn't see one family, I didn't see one girl, I didn't see one child. So
Not one.
Not one. Did you see them?
Just military-aged dudes.
Military-aged dudes, so it's a little bit frightening, to be fair.
But that's the reality of the streets. That's just one street. That's Talbot Street here. Right now we're on O'Connell Street. As you can see, this is kind of the main busiest street of Dublin. The taxpayer money, it goes towards these things called iPass centres, which is, as you know, similar to Ter Apple in the Netherlands. It's these types of places where they just buy up these accommodations, hotels, a lot of times, while the locals are homeless, and they fill them to the brim with these guys.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's heartbreaking.
Couldn't be. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, that's the word I was searching for, because I saw in the same Talbot Street.
Talbot Street.
I saw in the same street some Irish people making up camps, sleeping in a tent on the ground.
Yeah.
So basically, your own people totally left alone.
Yeah, 100%.
Not priority number one.
Yeah. We're being walked over, similar to the people of the Netherlands.
Exactly.
We're being used because it's suicidal empathy.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes,
hey, bro. Good? You good? You happy?
Happy.
Nice, bro.
Any change for the house?
I'm sorry, bro. I've got nothing on me, dude.
Okay.
Have a good day. Welcome to Ireland.
If I was a hostess, like an in the airplane.
Yeah.
I've been playing,
Yeah.
I've been cleaning shop. You say, hey, Lou, how you doing? Let's keep it low and quiet. We kept this good.
You know.
Man, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Like, even if I'm a bus driver, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm a train driver. Wherever
Train driver?
Life, yeah.
Yep.
Even a bicycle, you know what I mean? I'm right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See me rolling.
They see you rolling. Rocket engineer. This guy's developing rockets right here.
Catch me around there. If I was a superstar, right?
Yep.
I have a G8, like just like.
Oh yeah, man.
Touchdown anywhere
Unstoppable.
I want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, nowadays for sure, there's no borders anymore.
Touchdown.
There's no borders.
Yeah, that's true.
Nowhere. Have you had people coming and trying to harass you or anything like that?
Yes, we've had a couple of people come up and try and harass us, and we didn't engage. We don't engage with people who try and harass us.
Okay. And how long has it been now? I'm sorry, it's
18
been
days.
18 days.
Yes.
Wow. And how are they keeping up? Is the energy levels good?
They're doing all right. They're very weak. Obviously, they're not taking in any sugar or salt, just water.
Just water.
Just
no
water.
Electrolytes, no anything else.
Electrolytes, no nothing. These guys are committed. They did collapse. They did go to hospital. The hospital did release them back out within 48 hours, and they're still committed.
And are you from South Africa?
Yes.
I can recognize the accent.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Have you been in Ireland for a while yourself, like a few years?
Since November 2023.
November 2023. Oh, okay. How do you find it?
I've been stuck in a system for the last 3 years, not being able to work because they denied me because they didn't send me my interview date. So technical errors, administration errors that now led me to where I am currently.
Okay. You are basically here to be a voice of what's happening. Is that right?
Yes, and I'm also asylum seeker myself.
Okay, so you came from South Africa to Ireland as an asylum seeker, seeking asylum from what in South Africa. Okay.
The journey from South Africa.
Yeah, how was the journey? What was it like? What was the journey like?
Plane and it was fine, or?
Yeah, just get on a plane. It's like traveling to anywhere else in the world.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no crazy trouble.
No issues.
It's not like they say where we get on animals and drive to school. No, we actually have cars.
Crazy situation to be in.
Yeah. Has the government made any steps towards?
We have engaged with a few NGOs so far, but from the minister's side, we haven't had any actual engagement with us.
Okay, so you don't feel like they're supporting what you guys are doing, or
they're taking into consideration. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Not a problem. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you
for coming and
Thank you.
questions. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, so situation here, hunger strike. As you can see, all of the people that are basically working around the clock with the people that are in the tents here. The situation seems to be that the people that are actually patrolling the area, all of them are foreign non-native Irish people as well. So immediately, as soon as we walked in, all of the phones came out, and immediately it kind of was an aggressive vibe, right?
Yeah. It was not a good feeling. But you know, Luke, what I don't get is you told me there are 17,000 homeless native people in Ireland.
Yep.
And here they're demonstrating, basically demanding from your government to be housed, to be...
You see the tent right here, bro?
It's crazy.
In this tent, there will be an Irish person. Over here, there will be an Irish person. That's the actual reality of the streets. And you know what? The number 17,000, that's only what's on record.
Yeah, so
off
it's way
record,
more.
It's probably closer to about 300,000.
With the homeless,
Yeah.
The hidden homeless.
Are the hidden homeless
Yes.
included? The hidden homeless, they say is around 690,000.
690,000.
And that's people who are living in a shed, living on someone's sofa. That's 690,000. The 17,000 that are in figures are the ones that are in emergency accommodation, which is substandard. 5,000 of which are children who spent the Christmas in this disgusting setup.
To put that number into just like a relative number, the country of Ireland has just about 5 million people, including Northern Ireland. 690,000 of them are hidden homeless, and then probably the official homeless are probably on top of that as well. So
that's like 20%.
That's like 20%.
One in every family.
Cook.
Yeah.
We can't get into a hostel.
You can't get into a hostel?
No.
And both of you are Irish, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think about the hunger strike that's happening over there where they're demanding Irish passports? So there's just right here, there's a hunger strike. There's people that are demanding that they get Irish passports.
And the foreigners.
Yep.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel contradictional?
It feels
for you?
contradictory,
Doesn't it
right?
frustrate you?
Yeah, because they get enough already.
Irish homeless people first, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even though we're homeless, I'd be like I'm one of these that look in on the outside that no matter what we are and what we do,
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
People at the end of the day.
So we're not even getting a roof over our head. We're not even getting accommodation.
Yeah.
We're not even getting noticed.
Not even getting noticed. Yeah. Kick to the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put last. You're being put last.
Put last.
You took the words out of your mouth.
Shame on that.
Yeah.
Wish you the best, guys.
Shame on the Irish government.
Thanks for
God bless
talking
you.
to us.
Thank
Wish
you.
the best. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you guys.
So, 1845, the Great Irish Famine. Around 1 million people starved to death in Ireland, and the pre-famine population of Ireland stood at around 8.5 million. So around over 1 million starved to death, and then a huge portion of Irish people left Ireland. They went to places like America, Australia, and pretty much scattered all over the world. And a lot of people will leave comments probably down below on this video saying, yeah, sure, the Irish people, we went everywhere, we went all over the world. To a certain extent, that's absolutely true. You can find Irish people pretty much all over the world to this day. The difference is that the people of Ireland didn't go to those countries and claim massive amounts of social welfare. They went to a lot of those countries, such as the east of America, like New York City, and built a lot of those cities from the ground up. The same in a lot of Australia. Australia was basically a penal colony of huge amounts of Irish people. And from then up until now, Australia looks how it does today, and America on the east looks how it does today, hugely in part to do with the Irish and with the Italians and with the native Europeans that made their way over to that part of the world. So that argument is completely invalid when people say, oh, the Irish people, they just go everywhere anyway, so you can't say anything. It doesn't invalidate the fact that we're talking about what we're talking about right now. And this history is ever more so the reason why the native Irish people deserve to have a home. That's all that we're asking for. Man, this is sad. This is heartbreaking. I don't think that the clothes are going to dry. There's no one home, yeah. Man, that's so sad.
This is Alan.
How's it going?
Hello, nice to meet you, Alan. I'm Luke.
Luke, lovely name, his son's name.
Oh, great.
Naomi, lovely. Nice to meet you.
Alan would be very up on the more political side of things.
The political side, I suppose, the struggle that the communities have had within Dublin.
Yeah. Have you noticed yourself in the last sort of, I suppose 5 to 10 years, things rapidly going downhill?
Well, obviously since the lockdowns, everything has kind of moved and shifted in a balance away from the supports that were always there. They're not always there, but they were there, and you could basically count on them to get housing or whatever, but that's completely gone. It's completely gone. And there's a definite dividing line of who's getting it and who isn't.
Yes.
And it's the immigration that's getting all the ends, all the money, all the supports.
The health services are overwhelmed as well. I've heard, we were chatting to a few people when we first arrived. I wasn't filming at the time, but they said you can't even get an ambulance nowadays.
No.
If someone
GP appointments.
Yeah, GP appointments,
impossible.
you can't get them.
And still, when you're looking at the immigrants, they're getting pushed forward. And it's very, very clear.
And they have on site in the IPAS centres. They have on site.
In the IPAS centres, in the hostels, in the hospitals.
They have priority.
They are all prioritised. Yeah, it's like they have the government have this over responsibility. For the immigrants that they're requesting to come into the country, that they're obliged now to give them whatever they need for the support and bring their families over. There's no way this can continue. It's impossible for it to continue. It's happening now.
We notice as well, walking the streets. We were out on the streets there just 2 nights ago at about 3 o'clock in the morning because we flew in late. We flew here from Poland and we got here about late at night. I walked down O'Connell Street, and every person that was sleeping rough, every person is Irish.
Yeah, it was Irish.
Every person that's here right now is Irish as well.
Majority Irish,
It's just crazy. It doesn't make sense in my mind.
I know, and me either, because I grew up in an Ireland that were very supportive of their people. And I'm responsible for their people. And now there's no responsibility there. There's no protection of them. We are being laid now to the demands of the globalists, and wherever they say how many people need to be in our country for them to manage their corruption and the trafficking, that will just keep on flowing in until we fix down the borders. And that's it,
100%.
And sign off on all that kind of treaties that were signed in that have no benefit to Ireland.
Zero. Have you noticed yourself as well that the streets of Dublin have become less safe?
Most definitely. Even in my area where I live, I've moved from one area of Dublin into the city centre of Dublin. And it's gone from 0 to 100. Now I've had 2 ODs outside my properties. I've had constant urination, knives being dropped, crack pipes everywhere, constant annoyance, music, anti-fucking everything. It's ridiculous. And that's gone from within Dublin just into the centre of Dublin, so it's definitely focused within Dublin 1, Dublin 2, Dublin 3.
And the situation as well, there's obviously a lot of people that have been talking about it for a long time now, the housing crisis and the situation where young people can't afford their own place basically. And the Irish government is saying, they keep saying that they're building more places.
Yeah.
But they're building places and filling them with migrants.
Yes.
That's the reality of
Yes.
it. Have you noticed that yourself as well?
Of course,
Yeah.
I was 20 years waiting on property.
And
Yeah.
what percentage of your
And the
block of flats
availability
at the
that
moment?
the 20 years before I even started, there was a 10-year wait
Yep.
as you signed on.
Yeah.
So you're given 10 years. So okay, you give 10 years. I was shocked to hear that.
Yeah.
10 years. Why? Because I had 2 kids. They were babies. I needed a home there and then. I needed somewhere to bring my kids.
Yep.
Now we were forced into getting HAP and getting supports and kind of managing your life like that, and it was impossible.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it broke down so many families.
Yep.
And now with the rental market is absolutely destroyed.
Insane.
No landlords want to go into business. There is not any money in it unless they're getting, you know, the government
Yes.
top dollar for whatever property they're putting on. But otherwise, like us, me, 20 years waiting on the corporation list, and I really had to. I was being evicted the week I got my place, and I was trying every week. Like I didn't stop trying.
Yep.
So there was no case of it being slowed down by me.
Yep.
It was the process. It was the conditions. It was people being put forward before me that were non-national. I went to a place, beautiful place. 70% of that accommodation that's there is foreign national.
Yeah.
Now I have 2 sons, 21 and 17. Within 4 years, they don't want to settle down and find a home. They're not going to do it in Ireland.
No.
They're not going to do it in Ireland.
They need to go abroad.
And it's terrifying because that's the end then of our culture.
Yeah.
Because if we have nowhere to home our children, we have no growth. We can't grow our people.
You can't preserve your tradition.
You can't preserve anything. Like it's finished. Yeah. Even in our faith, like being attacked every single week. No problem with Christians being insulted and attacked.
Yep.
You know, and it's common factor now that everyone realises it.
Yeah.
We're a dying breed now, Christian.
If you walk,
St. Patrick's Day was cancelled.
St. Patrick's Day was just cancelled there, and
the government they're leasing buildings off the property developers for whatever millions are being paid for it through our taxpayers. In 25 years to 15 years, that's being handed back to the builder.
Yep.
So, I mean, how does that, even my place,
Yep.
like that would be handed back to the builder. The builder can evict all of us straight away.
Yep.
So it's you know, this is, and it's known, this is the worrying thing about it, is that they actually know what they're doing and they're still going ahead and doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to last, it's going to crack. The social breakdown is coming. Like, you know, we have to accept that now.
Do you feel the temperature in terms of like, do you feel it rising between different groups of people?
It's more than an awakening now, it's an anger, you know. But, you know, I do have faith that we will get out of this and we will become and build stronger back. You know, we will.
It needs to break first.
But it needs to break first.
Bit,
This is it, But we'll come home to roost. And it is like the farmers and everyone else are feeling the effect of all these ridiculous changes that make no benefit or no sense to anybody. But the people that are making money, and they're making billions out of this. You know, it's ridiculous. So it will come to an end.
The gap is just too large, I feel like.
Yeah, well, it's that other thing as well. The Irish people have been we've been generous all our fucking existence of this nation in over the 100 years. We've gone above and beyond all of that. And now that's being used against us. That's being used against us now. And like, it's never going to change the way I feel about being me and the way I see my nation. It's going to make me stronger in them beliefs.
Oh yeah.
So
when you understand Irish history,
exactly,
you understand what Irish people have gone through.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense that we're doing this to ourselves. You're being made to feel guilty for saying that we don't want this. Yeah. And this is our only homeland.
You're in fear of something, and you're in fear of the change that's coming so fast. Yeah. You know, even within the kids' school.
And all the Irish people are asking for is for their own home.
Own home. And peace.
Their own land. Yeah.
And peace within your own community. You can trust your people around you. We can't trust anybody around us because they're not being vetted. You know, end of story. They're getting in, they're walking into the CCP or wherever else they go to, the iPad centres, and they're getting everything. Everything. God knows what they've done, who they've done it to. You know, that's not talked about. until it
100%,
hits the streets where the three girls, the three school children were stabbed.
It was just over here.
Well, just there.
Just here,
yeah. And you have pro-Palestinian marches standing outside the actual school where the children are, and none of them have any problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that your ideologies are to putting them children where they are, and you're still celebrating it. What's all that about?
Thanks so much for chatting
Luke,
to us.
lovely talking to you.
You too, man. Thanks so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting
God bless you.
God bless you all.
This is Dwann, a 62-year-old Irish man who has been forced to accept living in a rotting caravan which is situated directly in front of a shiny, beautiful new iPass centre housing newly arrived migrants. This is now his reality as a regular working-class Irishman who has been left without a chance to get housing, while new people from other countries arrive daily and immediately receive warm accommodation. We have started a GoFundMe together with our friends Tom and Colin to help Dwann get a new caravan which is desperately needed. You can donate with the link in the description of our video and also in the pinned comment. This is Dwann's story.
What happened for you to be in this situation in the beginning? So, like, did you have an issue in life, or?
No, I worked on a Funderland fun fair for a couple of years, and they used to own that house there, and they sold it to a big developer.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then the big developer went bust. It was what was his name? Harrington or something like that. He went bust, so the council ended up getting it.
Okay.
And then when the council got it, they basically moved us out of there.
All right.
And put us out here, and that was it.
So Dwann here is a 60-year-old man living in a caravan directly beside an iPass centre, beside a migrant hotel. And this here is his living conditions. This is where he is left.
Can I go in there, mate?
We go inside, yeah, we can go inside. You can see what it's actually, how bad it is. It's horrific.
He sleeps here on this couch. It's basically too small to.
This is horrific, bro.
This is shocking. I hope the camera does any justice. Maybe there's light. Is there a light?
Is there a light? I can't believe this, man.
It's unreal when you see what's happening just straight across the road.
Yeah.
Did you stand in?
I'll go inside, yeah. Is there even a light in here? Battery operated?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in your way.
Yeah, no problem. There you go. Give it a come on. Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
That's it.
Jesus. Fucking hell.
It's hard to be housed. This is terrible. And bags, show the bags of medication you're on.
Oh yeah. Here's all them bags of medication.
Yeah. You know the light down you could turn on so we can see in here?
No, that's it, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have this.
That's all the medication that I'm on.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Is the council helping you with the medication?
No, well, I'm on a medical card, so.
Medical card, yeah.
It's all the medication I'm on.
Just say again how long have you been in here? How long?
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
Do you have much trouble with the people from the centre next door? No?
No.
They don't hassle you or
they
anything?
Don't come in here.
Okay.
Nobody comes in here because this road is basically closed down.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one that's supposed to be up here. Nobody else.
Yeah.
So anytime anybody comes up, yeah, what do you want? Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know? That's it.
He's a tough guy. I'd be scared here, and I'll be honest, especially with the iPads thing there. But I'd be scared here. But Dwann is nails.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't worry, I've enough tools around me to look after myself.
Yeah, you're able to defend yourself. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That'll keep them out.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, you have your coffee on.
That's it.
Is there any? Do you ever have issues with like getting water in there?
No, I have a
no.
water hose there got around
yeah.
the back. I was in that garden there.
You're in the garden over here in the house. And what was the reason that you had to leave there?
Because the company that had lost it,
Yep.
Hannigan's or something like that, used to own it. They bought it off Cullen's Fun Fair, and we were using it to store all the gear for the fun fair in the garden. And then one day I came back from work and the wagon was out here on the road, and everything else, the trucks and all that were in there, were brought out here onto the road and then sent off. So basically I was left here for fucking since then.
If you had to give a message to the Irish government about this situation, what would you say about it?
Home the Irish first. Forget the fucking rest of the world. That's it. And that's the mad thing about it. All these people that seem to be filming all these things aren't even Irish like yourselves.
Oh, it's true. It's sad that it takes people to come from around the world to try and shed a light on it, isn't it? It's really, really sad. Yeah, a lot of what I'm noticing is a lot of the people in Ireland, they feel like they have to be quiet about it, because they're told that if they talk about it, that they're racist.
Oh, yeah.
And you shouldn't. People are told you can't raise your voice about these issues, and then you see people like yourself that is in this situation, and it's just mental. It doesn't make sense at all.
No, that's it. And that's what the Irish government are doing to their own people.
I'm really very sorry if this comes across quite upset, because I am upset, and I already took like 5 minutes to get a little bit of composure here, because I didn't want to come across as too harsh here. But can you imagine it? There's a man with high medical needs living in this camper van for 16 years. Irishman who paid his taxes, who lived in this country, who tried to support his community. He's living in this van. And people who just arrived are getting a nice accommodation. And I'm saying it over and over again. I'm grateful that we can help people. It's not about where they are from or whatever. It's that our local people are being left behind, are being put in a cul-de-sac here, are just living among the trash, basically. Nobody is caring for them. Nobody cares about the locals that are being left behind. And then new people are coming in and they're getting first treatment here. That's the thing that is upsetting. That's why we are making these videos. It's not about racism. It's not about skin color. It's not about where you're from. It's about helping your own people first and then helping other people. And everything would be okay in that instance if we could work together and whatever. I don't even care. But this is unfair treatment. This is not okay. What is going on in this godforsaken continent? I'm sorry, but it is just, that's the way it is.
And if you go around that, everything in it, there's no fucking Irish.
There's no Irish in this housing estate that's being built now.
Right now. You can walk around and have a look at the fucking, knock on the doors if you want.
Yep.
To check that they're not Irish and
they're not Irish.
Not Irish. Tell people that surround to have a look at the houses and then look at the amount of people that are in them that aren't even from Ireland, that are only here days instead of weeks or months or years. They're here days, man.
What do you think about, did you hear about the hunger strike that's at the Dáil?
It's a fucking joke. They should be put on buses, brought to Dublin airport and fucked out.
Yep.
The whole lot of them.
This is the state of Ireland at the moment. Elderly Irish people, elderly Irish man, left to rot in a shoddy caravan in the middle of nowhere. This is why we make these videos. This is why we are trying to shed a light on these things. So guys, this here is a brand new housing estate that's currently being built, as you can see, and a lot of these houses here are brand new. Beautiful cars, by the way, all new cars. There's a sign on the door here that says Salam. In other words, welcome. And all of these houses are not going to the Irish people. All of these houses here, according to Dwann, who we just spoke to there in his caravan, are going to people who just arrived into Ireland. And this, again, I'm I'm speechless. There's Range Rovers, electric taxis, because you won't get an Irish taxi driver nowadays, by the way. But this is it. Beautiful houses, beautiful cars, beautiful situation, and he is in the back alley, left to rot on the side of the road.